Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, Miss Cosmopolita's Diaries. And today we're going to talk about Malaysia. Well, actually 3 places I've visited so far. Kuala Lumpur, Batu Berhad, and George City, which is Penang Island. If you're new to my channel, please subscribe and watch my previous videos about my other adventures. If you haven't subscribed yet but watching my videos, please do and give me a thumbs up and place a comment below. Let's talk, let's chat, let's be friends. Okay, we're located right now at the garden park right near Petronas Towers, which are behind us. It's a beautiful building and it's a must-see for all the tourists here in Kuala Lumpur. Well, right now it's pretty humid here and there are lots of tourists, so I'm kind of shooting this in the really tough conditions. Malaysia is a country of shopping malls. It's crazy, but in Kuala Lumpur there are around like 10 or I don't know, maybe more shopping malls, but they're very huge and superb. I actually have a question. Why do you guys need these shops? Well, I know that lots of people are Muslims and they all wear different types of clothing, not the European types of clothing, but all these malls, they're quite like superb European style malls. And I'm not sure if it's all the tourists that are buying all this stuff or the locals that are wearing it underneath their clothes. So that's a question to you guys to answer, I guess, because I'm not sure. The city is quite clean and organized. The infrastructure is quite modern and it's quite pleasant to walk around a city. Well, I guess mostly the central part of it. Because if you walk just a little bit further away from the center, you kind of like get staring, a lot of staring. And the infrastructure is very good. There are links everywhere and you can take a train or a bus or a taxi. There are lots of taxis. Again, Grab Taxi, if you guys haven't heard yet, use Grab Taxi application. It will take you anywhere in Southeast Asia. Well, actually in Malaysia, Vietnam, and Bali and Thailand, those are the places we've checked out. Quite cheap as well. The culture in Malaysia is quite interesting. Some of you observations I have noticed is actually people are extremely slow. Like literally slow. They walk very slowly and I kind of lose my patience and I just want to overtake them all the time. But this is a thing with Malaysians that just take time with everything they do, even in business. For example, they just don't try to help to make it happen quicker. They just give it time because they believe in the theory that things will happen in its own, there's a will for it. And you kind of get it when you go to a mall or other like cafes and restaurants, like the services are slower. In Kuala Lumpur, even though restaurants and bars and some of the other places do sell alcohol, you don't see people drinking a lot. And of course it's due to the Muslim culture, Muslim religion, so the people don't just drink, and it's tough to find places where you buy alcohol. Like for example, there are some malls where you can go and buy it in the stores, or we had to walk a little bit around the city to kind of find one wine shop or one beer shop. There are not very many around this area. So that's one I've noticed. And the alcohol is cheap here. Sorry, the alcohol is expensive here, especially in comparison to the prices that are here for food or other like groceries. Alcohol is quite expensive. On one of the days, we also managed to go to Batu Caves. It's only 1 hour from Kuala Lumpur, and that's another side attraction for tourists here in Kuala Lumpur. I mean, the place is quite beautiful. You get to see the mountains, and the cave itself looks pretty awesome. There's a temple there, and there's a cave tour that we couldn't get just because we didn't have the cash. But I guess I would recommend you to go there and check it out because it looks quite beautiful, and the monument of Buddha is beautiful as well. It's just nice to get out and see it, but nothing too special, I guess. Um, Beautiful place anyway. Also, when you are in Malaysia and you are looking for a toilet, there's a tip for you. Please do keep a toilet paper with you, because in Malaysia the toilets mostly are not equipped with toilet paper. I mean, in bigger cities like Kuala Lumpur, you might get the toilet paper inside the toilets, but lots of places I would go to outside of the center, like there's no toilet paper, and they have these hoses with water and they do the washing there instead of the paper. So I hope it's a useful tip for you guys when you come here. In Malaysia, people have a food cult. They love their food. They eat 24/7. Even though there are not very many places that are open 24/7, actually you can find one. I think it's in Bukit Bintang. It's a street food place. It's like a food court where people go socialize and eat their foods. Even though for me, I don't think that there's so many varieties, because I ate vegan food and for me it was quite difficult to find food here. Most of the locals and foreigners that come here say that this place is the best for the food, and it's like the best, and it's cheap as well. Like around £1 you can get a massive meal for just £1 and just eat whatever you want, pretty much. Also, one more thing I've noticed about the food here, it influenced a lot by China and Indian cultures. And there are quite a lot of Indians and Chinese that live here. And so this kind of makes it a wonderful mix, and the food variations is quite vast. So people eat with their fingers. Actually, they eat with their right hand, and left is not supposed to be used, because that's that's the washing hand, for the toilets. And one more thing I just wanted to say, that it's not polite to be pointing finger at things, and I just point fingers like that instead of this. This is a no. This is okay. In Kuala Lumpur or any of the other Malaysian parts, you should probably wear a proper clothes. For example, no short skirts or shorts, just because people will stare at you, and it's quite impolite to do that, because you're in a Muslim country. Well, if you're in the center of Kuala Lumpur, that's totally fine. There are lots of tourists. But if you go outside, people might not even might actually express that they don't like it. So that's how difficult it is for a tourist in a hot, humid country. When I came here, I thought that Kuala Lumpur would be sunny and warm, but you know what I got? I got a lot of fog and humidity and stickiness on your skin, like you're always sweating. I kind of find that Kuala Lumpur is London, but tropical London. So kind of moved from one place to another place, but at least it's kind of warm here. So it's very difficult to walk around this place, just because it's very humid and it's not very pleasant. Especially if you go for a long walk or you're wearing a nice clothing, you just sweat. That's what happens. So just bear in mind when you are coming here. I happened to be here for New Year's, and it was absolutely crazy here. The tourists came from all over the places. I guess there were quite a lot of Chinese tourists, and they were just sweeping malls, and they were just all around the Petronas towers. And especially at New Year's Eve, It was so crowded. It was crazy. People were wearing, you know, like traditional clothing, especially Indians. They were dressed up and it looked amazing, very cool. Really liked it. It was quite packed here, and people were waiting for the fireworks. But we didn't happen to, you know, get here inside the park because the fireworks were quite low, so we couldn't really see it. So a few other places we visited was Batu Pahat, which is south, like 3 hours, 3 or 4 hours drive from Kuala Lumpur. So that place was very industrial, and all of the businesses that um, produce textile, clothing, there are all kinds of factories. So anything that produces in Malaysia pretty much happens there. Well, at least I thought so, because it was just packed with the factories. It was an interesting place to experience, I guess, but I wouldn't recommend going there. I mean, it's not a touristic location. We were there only for business, and there's not very much to see there. On the other hand, if you decide to go to a touristic destination, it would be Penang Island and George City. It's a must-see in Malaysia for sure if you want to relax and have an easy kind of like lifestyle, because like Kuala Lumpur is quite busy, but Penang is quite slow and easy and island type of kind of vacation. If you go there, you get awesome hotels and apartments, high rises, nice food, nice beach, and lots of things to do. I wish we stayed there for 2 weeks or so, but we kind of decided we wanted to stay in Kuala Lumpur. And as I was saying about the humidity, I forgot to tell you about the rains that can happen anytime, and it's happening right now. So I must say goodbye to you guys. Please like this video and comment below if you have any questions or if you just want to chat with me. Also, subscribe if you haven't subscribed yet, and see you in my next videos. Bye!